بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه أما بعد. جماعة المسلمين، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. قال الله تبارك وتعالى في كتابه العزيز بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم: واتلوا عليهم نبأ ابني آدم بالحق إذ قرب قربانا فتقبل من أحدهما ولم يتقبل من الآخر قال لأقتلنك قال إنما يتقبل الله من المتقين. صدق الله العظيم. جماعة المسلمين, Surah Al-Ma'idah, verse 27. We actually started tonight sort of halfway through the story, so I went back to the beginning of the story. And this, of course, is the story as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commands our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, watlu, ay utlu min at-tilawa, recite, make mention to them. What? Naba abnay Adam. Naba is like the news or the information or the story of who? Ibnay. It's the dual, the two sons of Adam. So recite to them, read to them, relate to them, narrate to them the story of the two sons of Adam. Bil-haq. Right, because this is coming from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is the truth. La rayba fi. Hudan lil muttaqeen. There is no doubt in it. This is al-haqqu min rabbik. The truth from your Lord. Jalla fi ula. Idh, what did we say? What does idh mean? Ay udhkur. Call to mind when qarraba qurbanan. Qarraba, again the alif is for dual. When they both made a sacrifice. It is said that Qabil, who is the eldest of Adam alayhi salatu wasalam sons, our father Adam, Abul Bashar, the father of mankind, it is said that he had 40 children. I'm giving you, this is a riwayah from, which is made mention of in the tafsir of Al-Imam Al-Baghawi. We don't know for certain. This is one hypothesis. He says that there were 40 children that came from 20 pregnancies. And each pregnancy, they were twins. A male and a female. A male and a female. And Qabil, his... let me just get this in front of me. Qabil's Aqlima, his twin sister, her name was Aqlima. And Habil, who was the next born, his twin sister, her name was Lubuda. Aqlima and Lubuda. So, what used to happen was that in those days it was permissible, in order for now mankind to procreate, that the twin sister of one set of twins could marry the twin brother of another set of twins. So in this case, Qabil had to marry Lubuda and Habil would have to marry Aqlima. But Qabil, he didn't like the look of Lubuda. He wanted to marry his own twin sister, which wasn't allowed. So already there was, feelings of jealousy. But then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put them to the test. And the test was that they both had to make a sacrifice. Now Qabil, he had zara. In other words, crops. And Habil, he had mawashi, livestock. So Qabil took the worst of his crops and Habil took the best of his livestock. إِذْ قَرَّبَ قُرْبَانًا فَتُقُبِّلَ مِنْ أَحَدِهِمَا. And so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepted, of course. He accepted the best of what Habil sacrificed for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And فَنَزَلَتْ نَارٌ مِنَ السَّمَاءِ. And the fire came down from the sama, and it basically consumed the sacrifice of Habil, and it did not consume the sacrifice of Qabil. So now already he's jealous of his brother's twin sister. Of his own twin sister. He wants to marry his own twin sister, but it has been designated for Habil. So already is envious for that. And now on top of it, they both make a sacrifice, and Habil's sacrifice is accepted by Allah, and his sacrifice is rejected. So what happened? قَالَ لَأَقْتُلَنَّكَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, فَتُقُبِّلَ مِنْ أَحَدِهِمَا وَلَمْ يُتَقَبَّلْ مِنَ الْآخَرِ. So it was accepted from the one and rejected from the other. قَالَ, he said, this is now Qabil, his reaction, what does he say? لَأَقْتُلَنَّكَ. I'm going to kill you. And that's just not, I'm going to kill you. La is for affirmation. La aqtulannak. The noon with a shadda on it is double affirmation. So lam affirmation, the two noons together, double affirmation, triple affirmation. Ek gaan jou. Wat sê hulle? Flinters. Allahu Akbar. Hy is 'n nuwe woord vir my. La aqtulannak. Imagine that. What is driving this hatred? So much so that he wants to kill his own flesh and blood, his own brother, that have shared the same womb, from the same mother and father. And it doesn't matter whether it was his brother. I mean, to kill one person, as we hear at the end of the story, is like killing the whole of mankind. And saving one life is like saving the whole of mankind. And then on top of it, if it's a believer, Allahu Akbar, وَمَنْ يَقْتُلْ مُؤْمِنًا مُتَعَمِّدًا فَجَزَاؤُهُ جَهَنَّمْ خَالِدًا فِيهَا وَغَضِبَ اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَلَعَنَهُ وَعَدَّ لَهُ عَذَابًا عَظِيمًا. عظيمة. Whoever kills a believer on purpose, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, and Allah will cast him in the fire forever. وَمَنْ يَقْتُلْ مُؤْمِنًا مُتَعَمِّدًا فَجَزَاؤُهُ جَهَنَّمْ خَالِدًا فِيهَا وَغَضِبَ اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ. The wrath of Allah will be on him. وَلَعَنَهُ. Allah will curse him. وَعَدَّ لَهُ عَذَابًا عَظِيمًا. And Allah will prepare for him an enormous torment. Our beloved Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he said, مَنْ أَعَانَ عَلَى قَتْلِ مُسْلِمٍ. Whoever aids in the killing of a Muslim. And he said, whoever kills a Muslim, whoever even aids, helps, assists in the killing of him, وَلَوْ بِشَطْرِ الْكَلِمَةِ. Even if it's with half a word. Like the word in Arabic to kill is uqtul. Like in the case of Nabi Yusuf alayhi salam, uqtulu Yusuf. Same story. Nabi Yaqub alayhi salam, he loved Yusuf and Binyamin more than all the other sons. And what did they envy? They Hassad. This is the topic for tonight. And you go, what was he? Das? He said, Hassad. It was their Hassad that drove them to say, Uqtulu Yusuf. Kill Yusuf. Or exile him into the land or whatever. But the first reaction was, kill Yusuf. Now, even if they had said, Uq, instead of saying Uqtul, it's just half the word. The Prophet said, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, whoever aids in the killing of a Muslim, even if it's with half a word, جاء يوم القيامة مكتوبا بين عيني آيس من رحمة الله. They will come on the day of judgment with the words written on their foreheads, despaired of the mercy of Allah. That's just aiding in the killing of a Muslim. Allahu Akbar. So let's look at the sabab. What has been the cause to this hatred? The hatred of Qabil for Habil. That he would want to kill his brother. And فَقَتَلَ. And he killed him. He ended up killing him. What was the thing that drove him to kill his own brother? Hassad. Jamaatul Muslimin, this is one of the most destructive ailments of the heart that have followed us from the time of Qabil and Habil. The Prophet said, دَبَّ إِلَيْكُمْ دَاءُ مَنْ كَانَ دَاءُ الْأُمَمِ مِنْ قَبْلِكُمْ. And في معنى الحديث, دَبَّ يَدُبُّ means literally to creep up behind you, to follow you. To follow you. دَبَّ إِلَيْكُمْ دَاءُ الْأُمَمِ قَبْلَكُمْ أو مِنْ قَبْلِكُمْ. That the spiritual disease of the previous generations has followed you. It is with you, just like it is with us today. It keeps following us. What are the two? Al-Hassad wal-Baghda. Envy and hatred. Why envy and hatred? Because envy breeds hatred. That's why. In both cases, they wanted to kill. That hatred or that Hassad caused them to hate to the degree they were prepared to kill their own brothers. Al-Hassad wal-Baghda. Ala hiya al-Haliqa. Innaha hiya al-Haliqa. The Prophet said, Ala, indeed. Innaha, indeed it. Hiya al-Haliqa. It is the shaver. لا أقول, this is what you call physical demonstration. لا أقول تحلق الرأس. I'm not saying the shaving of the hair. ولكن تحلق الدين. But the shaving or the destruction of the deen. That is how dangerous hasad is. Al-hasadu ya'kul al-hasanat kama ta'kul al-nar al-hatab. The Prophet said, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, envy eats away at a person's good deeds like the fire eats away at the firewood. So imagine a guy in Ramadan. Puasa lekker, Taraweeh in die ana, Mashallah, baca Quran, give sadaqah, do so much good. But every day he wakes up and he kicks a neighbor on and he looks at that car and says, yo, why did Allah give you that car and not to me? Or in some cases, wal-'iyadhu billah, because this is the definition. Let me give you the definition of hasad. What's the definition of hasad? Tamanni zawal al-ni'mati min al-mahsud. To desire a favor that Allah has given somebody else, to desire it away from them. Number one, either just to yourself because you don't have it, or you desire it away from that person because how can they have something which I don't have? And that's the worst form of hasad. And this is considered in both cases to be a kabiratu min al-kaba'ir, a cardinal sin in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَلَا تَتَمَنَّوْا مَا فَضَّلَ اللَّهُ بِهِ بَعْضَكُمْ عَلَى بَعْضٍ. And do not desire those things with which Allah has favored some of you over others. And that even, I mean, with regards to this ayah, لِلرِّجَالِ نَصِيبٌ مِمَّا اكْتَسَبُوا. You know, the men, they will have a portion of what they have earned, and the women will have a portion of what they earned. In other words, I mean, nobody probably even thought about it in those days. But here Allah is saying that a woman mustn't even want to be a man. Allah made her a woman. She must celebrate that with which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created her, those attributes that Allah has given her. And a man must not want to be like a woman. It was a mate. Astaghfirullah. So, for whatever Allah has given the next person, Jamaatul Muslimin, and listen to me tonight, this is the secret to happiness and success in this dunya. What's success in the akhirah? What's success in the akhirah? Jannah. We all know that. What's success in the dunya? To be satisfied with the portion that Allah has put out for us, number one. And to be satisfied for the portion that Allah has put out for others. Because if we are not, who are we angry with? يا حاسدا لي على نعمتي أتدري على من أسأت الأدب أسأت على الله في حكمه لأنك لم ترضى لي ما وهب فأخزاك ربي بأن زادني وسد عليك وجوه الطلب. The poet says, he says, O ye who is envious of that which Allah has given me, do you know who you're being rude with? You're being rude with Allah, because He's the one who gave it to me. Because you're not satisfied with what He gave to me. So, it's not the same in the English as it is in the Arabic. So he says, فَأَخْزَاكَ رَبِّي بِأَنْ زَادَنِي. So Allah has now disgraced you by even giving me more. وَسَدَّ عَلَيْكَ وُجُوهَ الطَّلَبِ. And Allah has closed the doors of request in your face. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala not make us of those who have hasad. But instead, that when we see something that somebody else has got, to say, Mashallah. You know, if hasad is a fire, then this is the fire extinguisher. Everybody's got a fire extinguisher for hasad. You see something that somebody else has got, you desire it, quickly say, Mashallah. That'll put out the flames. Okay, but now there's still smoke. Barakallah. May Allah bless you in what He's given you. There the smoke goes out, mashallah. But now there's still heat. Zadakallah, may Allah even give you more. I guarantee you not one iota of hasad will remain in our hearts for one another. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us of those who love for each other what we love for ourselves. That will be the true mark of Iman. May Allah make us of the mu'mineen. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. Wa sallallahu ala Sayyidina Muhammadin Nabil Ummi wa akhiru da'wana anil hamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen.